Hello, everyone. We are back with part three of the tragedy and truth case of Miss Sonya Massey out of Sangamon County, Illinois, in the city of Springfield. Miss Massey, as mostly everyone knows, was unalived at the hands of a former Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy named Sean Grayson. As of this date, Mr. Grayson has been charged by the state's attorney's office with 3 counts of first-degree murder, as well as other charges related to firearms. Everyone that viewed this, law enforcement experts all across the world, viewed it and they were appalled. They were sickened, many of them. They were absolutely just undone with his actions. Mr. Grayson did not use his standard operating procedures. He did not use his interpersonal skills training, intrapersonal skills training, conflict resolution skills training, emotional intelligence training. He could have used other measures that he was said to be successfully trained in. He received a certificate of successful completion in pepper spray, in taser use. So for this to result in this tragic death, my saying with this is that how could a 36-minute interaction lead to the unaliving of a beautiful 36-year-old woman? Look, parents have lost their daughter, children have lost their mother, siblings have lost their sister, and friends have lost their friends as well as other family members. This did not have to happen. He could have easily de-escalated, but for him to go immediately to this level of aggression, this level of the use of force, again, as I said in the second video, there was a natural component, supernatural component, and a mental health component in this. There was a malevolent issue going on here as well as the mental health component. Mr. Grayson went from 0 to 100. That is just crazy. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's incredulous for this to rise to the level in which it did. And we are absolutely floored. And I want to give my condolences once again to this family in this tragic time of grieving. I don't know what it is to lose a loved one in this manner. And so I pray for them. I pray for peace and strength for them as they continue to, successfully grieve as well as pursue justice. And I do encourage you all to do the same. Now, I want you all to get into the comments, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell for new content that we're going to be bringing to you. As I said, this is part 3. This is the final video on this situation, unless we get some new information. This is about his professional history. And you all, this did not happen in a vacuum. How he arrived at this level of aggression, it did not happen in a vacuum. This man has psychological issues that I am not sure why it was not discovered, why he did not go through a psychological testing at Sangamon County, or if he did. But we're going to go over his history, so let's go. Mr. Grayson has had many disciplinary issues. And we're going to just go over just a few of them. I'm quite sure there are more. But he started his professional career as as far as we know, in the U.S. Army as a private first class. He did not rank up. That actually speaks volumes. He was in the Army from May 2014 to February 2016. That was in the course of like 19 months. And in that time, he did not rank up. And the red flags are going off. Even when I saw this a bit of information, and I'm quite sure it started before he entered into the service. And he was discharged on a general discharge. You can be discharged on a general discharge, a dishonorable discharge, I believe a medical discharge, and an honorable discharge. Now, if there are more discharges, I want somebody to get in the comments and let me know, because I was not in the service. So I don't know if there are more, of course, discharges. Yet Mr. Grayson was released on a general discharge due to misconduct, which is a serious offense. And I'm going to speculate that it was probably because of defiance of authority or bullying or control issues, something along those lines. So Mr. Grayson, he was hired on at the Kincaid Police Department. He was only there for 3 months before he was let go because he refused to live within a 10-mile radius. Again, the red flags are going off, and the alarm is sounding. He did not want to adhere to the standard operating procedure that required for him to live within that 10-mile radius. Next, court records show Mr. Grayson again was charged with 2 DUI misdemeanors in Illinois and Macapon County. One was in 2015, the other was in 2016. During this time, again, DUI, driving under the influence, that is another defiance of the law, even though he was a police officer, even though, he wasn't a police officer, I don't think at that time, but that is a defiance of rules and regulations and the law. Now, during this time, he was fined in 2015 about $1,300. In 2016, he was fined about $2,500. And he did it twice. So again, he knew that it was against the law to drive under the influence of alcohol or whatever he was doing. And so I believe also during this time, he also had his license suspended for, I believe it was revoked too, for up to a year. Now, Mr. Grayson has been an officer 6 times in 6 different policing agencies. Again, the alarm bells are going off. Red flags are all over the place. So he goes from one agency to the next. Now, of course, a couple of these agencies were part-time. The Pawnee, Kincaid, and Verdon police departments, they were part-time. So he did not have any disciplinary issues at those agencies. It was not reported. It may have been, but it was not reported, as of late. Now, he left those because he wanted full-time employment. He received that when he was hired on at the Armand Police Department. He also went from there to Logan County Sheriff's Office, and lastly at Sangamon County, in which this incident occurred. So we're going to see some more disciplinary behavior on record from Mr. Grayson. The Logan County Sheriff's Office reported that his chief deputy told him to stop a high-speed chase. He was going 110 miles an hour, and Grayson directly disobeyed a direct command from his superior. Again, it shows he has a disrespect for authority. The Logan County chief said and wrote in Grayson's file, he also pursued a truck through Lincoln at a high rate of speed, reaching speeds of 63 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone, and he failed to show due caution while driving through a stop intersection. Again, he's a person that does what he wants when he wants. It doesn't matter if it hurts somebody. He has psychological issues, and it seems like he kind of can go into the range of psychotic at this point. Mr. Grayson, he was told to stop, to slow down. What he did do, he turned off his lights and he continued to drive at 110 miles per hour, even though his superior told him to stop. And in doing so, he ended up hitting a deer. In the report with the Logan County Sheriff's Office, it says that he lacks experience. He needs tragic stop training, report writing training, high stress decision-making classes. Yes, needs to read, understand, and discuss the issued Logan Sheriff's Office policies. Look, there you have it. You mean to tell me that that is not a reason to have this man never, ever, ever wear a uniform, never, ever, ever operate with a firearm, never, ever be on anyone's policing department because he is unfit? Get in the comments, tell me what you think. Remember, we absolutely embrace your speculative insights as well as your opinions. Take care.